Good evening, hello and welcome to this special broadcast. I'm Anusha Soni. It's been more than 4 days that two minors made a complaint against a powerful Lingayat Seer. Karnataka's prominent seer, Shivamurthy Muruga Sharanaru, has been accused of sexually assaulting girl students aged 15 and 16, minors, who were staying at the Mutt's residential facility. Despite an FIR being registered under the POCSO Act, the seer has not been arrested. He has not been arrested despite the law of the land demanding otherwise, despite the very real apprehensions of him running away from the process of law, despite a clear threat to the life and well-being of the complainants in this case. What explains this deafening silence of not just the political class but also of the much talked about intellectual class of the country, whether left or the right? The seer conferred Baswasri National Award on various well-known actors, activists, academicians. Former Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa has already given him a clean chit. Congress is cautiously silent on the issue. In the midst of this troubling silence that we are witnessing from all the sides, we ask, will the law be applied equally against the powerful and the mighty? Our top focus this hour.
We are already filed bail application. The Honorable Court also issued notice to the victims for their presence. Thereafter, it has taken its own course.
ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮುಂದುವರಿಬೇಕು ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವು ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಚೌಕಟ್ಟೇನಿದೆ.
Nobody will interfere in this matter. Even government will not interfere in this matter. Fair inquiry will be conducted. Whoever is found guilty, they will be punished.
The allegations are very serious. These are allegations of not just a rape case, but rape of minors, sexual assault that has happened over years. And this is a person who is in custody, who is in a position of authority and power as recognized under the POCSO Act. And the provisions are far more stringent. The penalty, the sentencing is far more stringent. Then why is it that an alleged rapist is being handled with kid gloves? Let's take you through some key pointers. This is Mr. Basuraj Bommai, the present Karnataka Chief Minister. He said that the probe is underway and no right to comment on a matter which is presently underway, which is sub judice. That is what Mr. Basuraj Bommai is saying. Then you also have another big face of the state saying, Prahlad Joshi, who is the Union Minister, let a fair investigation take place in this entire matter. Where's all the outrage? Where is all the concern that should be there for complainants in a case like this? H.D. Kumaraswamy, you would expect that the opposition is going to build up pressure. That didn't happen. Matter should have been dealt with earlier. Very carefully drafted, vague statement that has come out. C.T. Ravi, who's a BJP MLA, law will take its course, truth will come out. Nobody has come out and openly condemned this year so far. Mr. B.S. Yediyurappa, the powerful BJP leader and the ex-Chief Minister of Karnataka, charges against Shivamurthy Muruga are false. He has already given him a clean chit in this case. D.K. Shivkumar, the tall leader of the Congress party, the principal opposition party in the state, I have seen him as a noble man. Let me not interfere in the matter. So it seems like that the political class is united at least on this. There's an exception. You have Mr. H. Vishwanath, BJP MLC and the ex-Congress and JDS. He has said that you must arrest the seer immediately. He has taken a stand which is very different from the party line of the BJP. He further goes on to say that delaying the arrest may work against BJP in the coming elections. But party largely doesn't agree with this point of view. Let's move on. Let's take you through some other key things about what kind of activities was he really involved in, an alleged go-soft pitch which has been going on. Accused heads among the most prominent of Karnataka Lingayat Mats. If all these political leaders are going soft on him, what is the reason? Because it's a very strong and a powerful mutt in the state of Karnataka. Karnataka is set to enter election mode. It's already in the election mode. Elections are set to happen next year. The Lingayat community is a much talked about community. Each political party wants to woo it. Lingayats form the largest vote bloc, a chunk, 17%. That's big. That is why you have the likes of Mr. Yediyurappa dominating the politics amongst various other reasons. Now, mutts like this one wield huge clout in Chitradurga, in various other districts and parts of Karnataka. Mutts command huge political influence, and this influence is among the devotees. Mutts known to aid political parties financially. These religious sects and mutts not just have the power of the people, but they also have money. And this is the nexus with the politics which has always been known. So that's the question we ask, that there's heat on the Lingayat Seer. The charges are very, very serious. But is the vote bank politics bigger than justice in this country? Why do you have the former chief minister and big political voices of the state giving him a clean chit before he's been arrested, before a probe has actually begun? Well, joining us on the broadcast is Pramila Nesargi. She's a senior leader of the BJP, also an advocate. You also have Mr. Kapil Sankla, who's an advocate of a senior lawyer from the Supreme Court of India. You have Mr. K.V. Stanley, who's the founder secretary of Odinadi. It's an NGO. Today, I want to begin the show by a statement from a lawyer. Mr. Sankla, Dr. Sankla, I'm coming to you. If a complaint has been made under POCSO, these are sexual assault charges, it's not a stray incident that has happened. It has happened over years. The accused is in a position of power and authority. Shouldn't there be an immediate arrest in a matter like this?
Well, you're absolutely right. But then that's also prejudging the issue. It doesn't matter for me whether he is a high pontiff, a person who's a leader of a mutt or a politician or whosoever. Let us look at it like this. That there are two minors, 16 years, 15 years, who made some very serious allegations. As you rightly stated, it is not just a case of sexual assault, but of aggravated sexual assault, because he's a person in trust and in authority. And therefore, the minimum sentence is 5 years, and it can go up to 20 years if there is penetrative sex that's involved, which does not seem to be the case right now with whatever is there. So the punishment could be anything between 5 to 7 years, right? But the matter is under investigation, and a statement under 164 CRPC has to be mandatorily recorded in such cases as per the Supreme Court guidelines. The person, as far as I understand, has deep roots in the society and is not absconding. He has already moved for protection of the court. So the matter is already in court. Should he be arrested? Yes, definitely, why not? But this is what we are as a country, that the moment there is an FIR, we all create hue and cry that a person should be arrested, till it comes to somebody like us. And then we say, oh, why is there a necessity to arrest?
I disagree with you there. I disagree with you there.
Let me just finish. I agree with you.
No.
Let me just
This is a case under POCSO, sir. The POCSO in law, in substance, is very clear. If you have a complaint of that nature, arrest is immediate.
As I said, I completely agree with you. But I also said that there is another part of it as a defense lawyer. The first part, yes, the person should be arrested. There are minors involved. It's very heinous offense. Such things should not be let to go scot-free. But the second part of it is that what does a person do in such instances? If he has a case, if he has a prima facie case, if he has a case that he can bring to the court, and if he is arrested, then he will move a regular bail. Am I right? Or he will abscond, he will go underground and move for an anticipatory bail. The moment he is before the court, that is what I'm saying. If he has not absconded and he's gone before the court, then that protective mechanism and respect of the court should be granted to any person.
Kapilji, I will lead the debate with the first point that you made. I will lead the debate with the first point that you made, which is that it does not matter how powerful, how much money you have, how much influence you have in the society. The law of the land is that it's going to be same for everyone, for a person on the street to somebody sitting in a palace or in a bungalow or somebody very powerful. If there's a complaint against POCSO of aggravated sexual assault in a matter like this, arrest is immediate, and that should happen. Not that the accused don't have their rights, they do. On that note, Pramila Nesargi, I'm coming to you. What made a tall leader like Mr. Yediyurappa give a clean chit to the seer, who's under the scanner right now and facing some very, very serious allegations and investigation?
I don't think that he has given a clean sheet. Your understanding is not right. He was asked about his opinion. He said it looks like a case made out, concocted. He has not said given a clean sheet. He is also agreeing for an investigation. He has never said it. Opinion can be given. Even for, in fact, in the Karnataka, almost all Swamijis, irrespective of the religion, be it Christ or be it Mohammedans, every one of them, every community Swamijis, Gurus, they are telling that their Swamiji is innocent. Are they not entitled to give an opinion? See, just because a complaint is given, it must be taken, according to you, under the POCSO Act. Don't you think that the complainant, whenever he gives a complaint, the police have a responsibility to find out whether the complaint is genuine, whether it is made by them on their own, or whether they have been set up by somebody, whether it is a true case. The investigation, preliminary investigation, has to be made by the police.
Pramilaji,
that is what they have been doing. Registering the case.
In my understanding, and by sheer common sense, forget law here, that if a former chief minister of a state and a tall leader like Mr. Yadurappa says that this is a concocted case, or it looks like that, this is all being made up, there is no substance to it, I think it's a clean sheet which is being given. I don't think any powerful office, including the office of the present chief minister, can stop an investigation. I don't think that's the provision under the constitution.
I'm sorry.
And the third thing, Pramilaji, I'll give you the opportunity to respond. Listen to me. In fact, there was a big debate that happened in the Supreme Court that people who are in public offices or politicians who are in power, should they comment on a sub judice matter and give their opinion? The court did not pass any orders, but it's a plausible argument to make that if you're in a public office, if you're the ruling party of the day, should you pass judgments like these? Because you're, at the end of the day, making a statement on the victim's character or the complainant's character.
Can I answer?
Please, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Can I answer you?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Pramilaji, please go ahead.
Hello?
If you can hear me.
Yeah. So if your theory is accepted, then you can't have this debate. You can't ask questions. You can't call people on a matter which is pending. No, it's pending. Then why you are having an investment?
No, I don't think so. That's the point. I have not said that he is guilty. I have not said that somebody is exonerated. I have said that there is a process of law. Please follow it.
Yes. Is it your case process is not followed? I am just giving a history. The complaint was lodged, which could have been filed in Chitradurga about 2 months back. Not filed. I do not know who financed, why she came, why she went to Mysore, who accompanied her, who financed her. Nothing is known. Why they go to the Nazarabad police station? Why? Because they had some clout there, they go there. All right. The complaint is registered, complaint is transferred to Chitradurga. What is happening? In Chitradurga, inquiry is being held. Statements of the victims have been recorded. Medical examination has been done. Their 164 statement is also being taken.
How long did it take for the 164 statement to be recorded?
So they're doing it. Yes. 164 is being recorded now. From
after 72 hours. After
everything
72 hours.
Is being done. And in law, under section 41A of the Criminal Procedure Code, under 41 capital A, a notice has to be issued to the accused persons. Now, in this case, notice has been issued. Inquiry is being held. So why do you think that
I think all these statements which are coming in, which are borderline character assassination of a victim. I'm not saying that just because somebody makes a complaint, they are guilty. That's not my case. My case is that if there is a process which is prescribed under the POCSO Act, it should be followed by the police authorities in letter and in spirit. And nobody should be given a go-by as far as the procedure is concerned. Procedure forms the core and the substance of any law which is supposed to impart justice. On that note, Mr. T.R. Prasad Gowda of the JDS is also with us on the broadcast. Mr. Gowda, yes. Has your party also failed as an opposition party to raise the right questions? On multiple issues, the Congress and the JDS have cornered the government, rightly so. That should be your politics as the opposition. Why are you maintaining a deafening silence or a very carefully crafted ambiguity on this entire matter?
Not really. We are not kept quiet on this matter, and we are watching what government is going to do about this. See, as you said, as you rightly said, whether the person is, no matter how much big he is, or how much big office he is having, or what is even if he is a Matadipati, the land of the law is same for everybody. Everybody. Of course, government, as we see from outside, they are taken action against Matadipati, whoever it is, Muragarajendra Matadipati here, and we are watching that also. And Mr. Yediyurappaji, former Chief Minister, made that statement. He should not make such statements when law is doing its work. When law is taken its own course of action. As a matter of fact, person like former Chief Minister of Karnataka, and who is in power also, who is running the government, who is in present government, they should not make such statements. It may hamper the investigations which police are doing it, and I hope whoever if he is found guilty, let the law will take its own course. Let it go on.
But Mr. Gaura, I appreciate your sense of balance. But this sense of balance is missing on most of the key issues. You demand answers from the government. There is rightly or wrongly, proportionately or disproportionately much outrage over the actions of the government. You have Mr. Yediyurappa, who has made a controversial statement, who has in a way given a clean sheet and said this is some kind of a conspiracy which is happening. He's a noble man. Now, why aren't you condemning the BJP on this? Why aren't you cornering them? Where is your aggressive politics which is usually witnessed?
Of course, we will start our aggressive politics also. But this senior seer of Matadipati, whether the blame which people are doing it against him, whether it is right or wrong, we need to understand. First, we need to learn from the investigations. Once we comes to know, it is yes, Matadipati has done this kind of crime. Yes, then we will go ahead and do dharana, take him to the custody, whatever it is. But we are carefully watching.
Conviction will take at least 3 to 4 years, even if the case is fast tracked. And you're going to hold your protest till then. Is that the protocol that you follow for all issues?
Not really. Not for all issues. You are mistaken.
So why are you following it for this issue? Is it because of political reasons? Is it because in politics it may backfire on you?
So whenever government is going on a wrong path, we are the first people to raise our voice.
So you think in this case Mr. Yediyurappa is on the right path, sir? Is that what you think?
No, the statement made by him, he should not make such statements at this point of hour. It is a wrong statement. That I will condemn that statement. Let the investigation on. Whether you let us know whether this Matadipati has done a crime. Then, if it is really so, let law take him into charge, and we will. If not, we will take dharana against that.
KV Stanley, I'm coming to you. You heard the politicians. You also heard what one of the top lawyers had to say. But in a case like this, when there are so many political statements across the political spectrum supporting an already very powerful man, it doesn't help the complainant's cause. And I'm saying complainant in this case because the case is yet to be proven in a court of law. And there is clear imbalance between the victim and the defense. Stanley, can you unmute yourself, please?
You are asking me?
Yes, sir. I'm asking you. Please go ahead.
Sorry. See, my contention and prayer and submission is as simple as this. And first of all, I am a social and child rights activist. We are not interfering into any kind of political situation. So far, everyone is talking in the political line. I am concerned about the children who are affected by this crime, and our law of the land doesn't make any discrimination based on the profiles of the accused people. Here, there is equal rights for the victims as well as the accused. Let the accused take his right to defend himself. That is what is there for everyone. And law has to be followed by the law practitioners and law and order people. That's what worrying. And I am really, so far, I had the inhibition whether the children's interests are protected by the, our authorities. So
Okay.
far, everything is, the whole world is watching what is going on in this and in handling this POCSO case.
Okay.
And so far, now the 164 statement is going on in Chitradurga, but it could have been done little earlier.
Much earlier, and it took a very long time for that Section 154 statement to be recorded. Pramila ji, I'm coming back to you. Yes. And I ask this to you as a woman in politics, as a woman yourself who has had a public life. Let's for 1 second believe that this is just a complaint and the matter is under investigation like it is right now. Don't you think that there should be a fair opportunity in law and in the public discourse that should be accorded to the victim or the complainant in this case? When high-profile people from the BJP, Congress or the JDS make such statements, it is likely to affect the process of law. Police works under different kinds of pressure in this country. It works under some kind of political pressures as well. Don't you think you are going to in some way impede the process of law? Pramila ji?
I don't think so. Please tell me, what is the objection raised by anyone? In the process of investigation, where they have stopped, is there anything done by the police to give that impression? Tell me, from day one until today, every day, step by step, facts are going on, investigation is going on. If statements were recorded, spot inspection was done, 164 is being recorded, medical examination is being done continuously. Is there any objection by anyone? Objection is there by only that institution from Mysore, because they are the persons who are responsible for this complaint. They have the objection. Show me one person, one officer or one public person stating that the investigation is not done properly. Is there anything done by police?
Okay.
Please give me an instance.
Two examples, ma'am. Two examples. Ma'am, two examples. Ma'am, two examples.
Yes, give me examples.
Yes, I'm giving you examples.
Yes, tell me.
Should it have taken more than 72 hours for Section 164 statement to be recorded in a high-profile matter like this? Point number one. Secondly, mostly in complaints like this, especially when you have lived in a mutt or where the person you're complaining against is in a position of power and authority, there is a direct threat to the life of the victim. And under these circumstances, often the police goes ahead and does an arrest. That's the process of law. We have a lawyer on the panel as well. Why weren't these two things followed?
I'll tell you.
Yes.
When will the 164 statement will be taken? Do you mean to say that the statement should have been taken in Nazarabad police station at Mysore, which had no jurisdiction? Do you agree with me that only the jurisdiction police, after registering these things start, they have taken first complainant, and the statements were recorded in the presence of the CWC members and in the ordinary person. He was present. In his sense, all her statements of the girls have been recorded. Thereafter, in accordance with law, medical examination, second step, that has taken place. Immediately thereafter, murder has taken place. And thereafter, systematically, 164 statement is recorded. Do you mean say, before 161, 164 statement should have been recorded? Tell me, where is the law like that?
Why hasn't there been an arrest so far?
You are telling arrest. What is 41A? Tell me what is 41A. Why is section 41 capital A is meant for?
Yes.
According to law.
You give them a notice, you call them for questioning, you call them for further interrogation. And under 41A, if the police thinks that the accused can run away or there is an imminent threat to the life of the complainant, the police has the power to arrest you.
Yes, not arrest. Is notice to be given. That's why I said step by step it is going on. 41-year notice was given and now the investigation is going on. Do you mean to say that the police will not take action? After 164 statement, if there is evidence against the accused...
Ma'am, is there any security that have been given to the complainants in the case?
Yeah, complainant. What? Complainant, they will get the statement copy before the magistrate.
No, security.
Now it's
security. Police
both
security.
The guns are being interrogated by the competent magistrate. They're recording their statement. It has to come. Once the outcome comes, After
Ma'am, has the
what
state
happened-
accorded
what-
any kind of protection to the complainants in this case?
Yes, in this case, protection has been given. They are kept in the custody in Bala Mandira, state level organization in Bala Mandira with due protection. These victims have been kept there. Is there any objection? Has anyone said that Bala Mandira is not safe? Is there any complaint to you or to any department?
But ma'am, many
that
time
the
in your
children
arguments,
are
you
safe?
already said that
Children
this
are
is
safe.
some kind of conspiracy and we don't know who's sponsoring these girls who have
Yes.
come forward and made a complaint. So you've already made up your mind that this is
Who has
sponsored.
made up my mind, madam? Complaint. Say, do you mean say somebody gives a complaint against you? They must come and arrest you straight away, is it? Is it not right on the part of the police to ask you, this is the complaint against you, what have you got to say? That is how the
It
law
depends
goes.
on the nature
It
of
is
the
not that
complaint which is
overnight
made
it
against
goes.
you or me.
Please. Yeah,
It
anyone.
depends. It
Otherwise-
depends on the nature of the
otherwise-
complaint
otherwise-
which is made
otherwise-
against you or me. That will
otherwise,
lead the police to
no one
decide
will be safe in
whether
this
you or
country.
I should be arrested or not. I have last few minutes
one
on
will
the...
be safe.
Yes, Pramila ji, I'll
one
give you
will
the
be safe in
opportunity.
this
Go
country.
ahead and make your point. Then I'll bring in Kapil
no.
Sankla also. Yeah.
Yes, one will be safe in this country if such a power is given. That's why all safeguards have been made. Step by step, what is to be done after hearing the accused and after statements are
Okay.
recorded. 164,
Kapil,
law will
Mr.
definitely
Kapil,
take
Mr.
place.
Kapil Sankla, please come in.
Investigation
Please
will be
come in.
done. If arrest
And
has to be
I
done,
want you
they will do it.
I want you to enlist, as a lawyer who has worked in the bar for decades now, that when a complaint is made under POCSO, what are the things that the law does or the judiciary does or the system does to protect the cause of the complainant and victims who are minors? And as far as accused is concerned, is there a presumption against him that he needs to rebut?
Accused is deemed to be innocent until he is
Sankla ji, Kapil Sankla.
Yes.
Mr. Kapil Sankla.
Section 29.
Yeah.
Under Section 29, there is a presumption of guilt, and the accused has to meet that presumption of guilt. So that's the difficulty in any POCSO matter, or that's the beauty of any POCSO matter. Even if the complainant resiles from the statement made, independent of that, the court will still want that test and test the case of the accused on that there is a presumption of guilt and he has to meet it. So Section 29 is very clear. There are various judgments. Imran Shameen Khan judgment or 2019 also reiterates that fact. That's one.
Okay.
The second part is a little controversial. The controversial part is that in any offence of where the punishment is less than 7 years, Arnesh Kumar guidelines come and protect the accused if he joins investigation. Now, there are various judgments of various high courts whether Arnesh Kumar will be applicable or not. The Honorable Supreme Court now and the Allahabad High Court also recently reiterated the fact that in any offence where the punishment is 7 years less, the protection of Arnesh Kumar will be granted to the accused. So I mean that's the second facet of it as far as this particular case is concerned.
Sorry,
If
Dr.
there is no
Sankla, I'm interrupting
penetrative
you
sex,
there.
the maximum
I'm very
punishment is
short
7
of
years.
time today, but always a pleasure to listen to you. Pramila Nesargi ji, Mr. T.R. Prasad Gaura, Kapil Sankla, K.V. Stanley. Thank you everyone for joining us on the broadcast. The limited point that we make through this debate is that the due process of law should be followed. If there's a law of the land that is similar, which is similar for everyone, nobody should be high and mighty enough that they can evade the due processes. With that, it's a wrap. Shivani Gupta joins you on the other side.